How about some old glass? I got some here. You. Well, what about you? Ah, no. It was your turn the last time. Do you still good in 2025? Ah, don't bother. Well, let's see what the ZF will do inside my house. Of course, we need a lens. I got some crapper here. Not all. But still. Or better, native. Or that one, the Legend. I don't know. Come on. Let's use the Batis. Let's use the 40 f2 as well, and why not? I blow the dust off the 55. Of course, these scenes were not shot with a Nikon Zf. These were shot with a Sony a6700 and a Sigma 60mm 1.4. Now we are on the Nikon Zf with a 40mm f2, a maybe coming legend. There are good and bad aspects about the ending of summer. Obviously, the bad aspect for a lot of people is, well, it's colder. The hot weather is gone. It's getting colder outside and inside, and you can feel it. This, in my opinion, is fantastic. I like the air and hot summers while testing the autofocus. Does it work? Yes. As I was saying, I like hot air and hot summer days and hot summer nights. Not that we had such summer this year, and the last night it was the end of September. I had about 2 degrees in the morning. That must be the heat. But for me personally, one of the biggest benefits of the ending summer is the lack of flies. Flies everywhere. I have so many flies inside of my house, so many. Well, maybe they know where it's tasty, right? Where it tastes good. They know where they find something to eat. During the summer this year, I had a fair amount of fights with bugs of any sort. Small little flies. I even got a mantis. I fought bugs. There were so many bugs. And there's still a fly. And these flies, they suck at times. Not that I despise them, of course not. They do what they do and they are there for a reason. But if you, for example, want to take a nap, nap at noon, because you spent your whole night watching movies, then one fly is enough, one fly. And it sits somewhere around your ear. It touches your skin. You cannot sleep, it's impossible. This is so annoying. But other than that, how do you like the look of the 40mm so far? The lighting is different, so the rendition might not be as visible as when I'm outside on my meadow. But I cannot go outside on my meadow right now, for reasons. This focal length, the 40mm, is perfectly usable indoors. It's not like an 85. So I think you're good off if you buy the ZF or an equivalent like the Z6, like the Z6. Yeah, Z6. This is a good one. I debated buying this, but I said, whatever. I go with the ZF. But if you get the Z6, this lens works perfectly fine. So you should be good off if you have a little studio at home and if you want to make some videos. 40mm is still a good focal length in my opinion. Now we are on the Batis with autofocus, of course. Adapted to the ZF with the Ajax adapter, still, even though, and I tell you every time, it did let me down big time, a lot of times, with no particular reason to it. Nothing happened, there was not a single fly landing on the lens, just rattling it. There was no badger taking a dump on it, or anything. It just stopped, like right now. When I said stopped, believe it or not, it stopped. Maybe it's a Siri thing, maybe it's AI, maybe it is voice controlled, I don't know. But I don't think so. It is just, maybe, sadly, maybe it is crap. It sucks. Yeah, it really annoys me when this happens. Nonetheless, this focal length is ideal for indoors, in my opinion. It is wide angle, of course, but it's not too wide. Yeah, so you're now distorted to oblivion. So as I was saying, despite the flies being absent in fall and winter, I really enjoy the cold air in the evenings like right now. The air is so fresh and cold. And it smells like life, it smells like trees and leaves. It smells like the past. It really reminds me of the past, of my time at university or the last 7 years. Yeah, it's nostalgia. I get nostalgic. And I like it when it gets dark reasonably early. Not like 16 or 4 p.m. but 18:30 or 6:30 p.m. is a good time, I believe. And I enjoy it if the sun is not up already for 2 hours when I wake up in the morning, or when I get up at 5 or 6 o'clock. And in summer I really do not enjoy, because I'm almost always in a haste. It gives me the feeling of having to rush everything. And maybe you know, maybe you can relate. You have the feeling of you have to be outside because the sun is shining, right? You have to be. It's like midday at 6 o'clock when you get up. I do not enjoy that much. How do you like the look so far? Well, I'm not perfectly litten, of course not. But it is not about the perfect light when I test it like this. It's about you shooting yourself, you filming yourself inside your house, your flat, or whatever. The light is not always perfect. Of course, you have lights if you want to shoot yourself or film yourself. But sometimes you be a bit spontaneous than the light that you have. You can see here, I got a softbox with a too short cable, and I did not reposition it. So this is why I look different here than in the room before. How do you like the look so far? Let me know in the comments. The ZF did an amazing job here, despite cutting me off, despite ending the video. I still wonder why it is so good for video, and I really like the look. I really like the file sizes. Why it is so good for video and has still this retro design fit. I don't know. Who's this camera for? Maybe we will find out. Now, let's change lenses one more time and we will see what we get. Another nice aspect of autumn are the colors. Like these pumpkins, for example. I really like the autumn. And in autumn, I start playing instruments more often. I like every season. There is a song from Jackson C. Frank, and there's a phrase in that song where he says, "Death has no season, so I know I never die." Do you like or know even Jackson C. Frank? I really like his music. I got some old records of him. Very troubled life, was a brilliant musician, singer-songwriter. Look it up. The music, you will like the music. It's very nice music and very good texts, good lyrics. And isn't that romantic? This is another good aspect of fall and autumn. Candles, yeah? Yes, I like candles. I like the flair that they give to a room. I like the smell of burning wood in a fireplace, for example. And this is what reminds me of winter, of Christmas when I was a child. What times? So now we are on the Zeiss 55, and I must admit, this focal length is kind of inconvenient for indoors. I'm about 2 meters away from the camera, and it let me down 2 times already, 2 times. I had to reshoot this scene 2 times. It's the 3rd time that I'm shooting this scene now, because the recordings just stopped, just for no reason. The good old Ajax. I cannot really recommend this thing. Oh, this sucks so bad. Oh, this sucked. Because you're constantly wondering, will it stop, will it not? Right? Because yeah, it's manifestation. You think about it, you focus on it, and it will happen. But what is inconvenient about this focal length? First, you have to be a good amount away from the camera, but it gives a good look. Second, you cannot see in the small monitor if you are in focus or not. With a field monitor, maybe. But right now, I can see that I'm in the shot somehow, or somewhat, but I cannot tell if I'm in focus or not. So, well, the monitor is just too small. It's not the fault of the ZF. These monitors, these screens are small, and they cannot be much bigger. Otherwise the camera would have been bigger. As you could imagine. And sometimes I wonder, these monitors and these cameras, well, this is of course not a vlog camera, not at all. But these screens must be there for vlog cameras. Otherwise, who would use the screen? You can only tell that you're in focus, that's it. Maybe a little bit of the audio levels. Otherwise you would need binoculars. But since I do not have them on me, they're in my under room. I used them once when I made a video with the 85. I used binoculars to look at the screen to see if I am in focus or not. It worked. Even with the 40mm, you are able to see if you're in focus or not. 55 is just a bit too much. But still a good look though. So, now we have seen the Nikon Zf with 3 lenses, one of them native. Yeah, I wanted to cheap out a little bit by buying this adapter, and I wanted to adapt my good old Sony glass or Zeiss glass. Not the Sony glass. It's just the 2 lenses, maybe 3. And I wanted to adapt them in a cheap way, a cost-effective way. But in regards to cameras and lenses, there is no such thing as a cost-effective way. Yeah, if you buy cheap, you buy double or triple sometimes. I'm not sure if I will buy some native glass from Nikon. I don't think that there's much good. Maybe the 50mm 1.4 looks promising. But I debated because since I got the Zeiss 55 and this excellent adapter, well, who needs the 50 1.4 when I get the Zeiss 55 1.8? Well, it doesn't work that good with the adapter, as you have seen. And as I noticed again today, for no reason. Right now, this is the Batis 25, and I hope it will not cut the recording. I hope it will not cut, because I'm recording the audio separately, and I will make a video about my audio devices and my audio recordings, because someone asked, in the next days, I believe. Yeah, I think I will do that. So if you're interested in that, you will see it then. So far, I used the Nikon Zf in various situations outside, and it was amazing. The files are so small. When I record something with a Fuji, even if I use GOP, well, they are so large, the file sizes, even in Full HD. This, even in 4K, it's moderate, and I like that. It's easy to handle afterwards, and the look of the ZF was amazing in every situation I used it. And of course, as well in photos. Here in my studio, I used it once, I believe, for my other channel. The Sony A6700 with the Sigma is still more convenient, and it looks more narrow. 60mm, you know, should be about 24. That's 25. And on the sensor of the Nikon, it looks wider. Yeah, well, but I like the look. I already tested the autofocus capabilities, or the lack of it, in some videos that I put on my channel. If you have not seen them, pay them a visit. The autofocus was not good, but I'm sure I figured out why. Well, with this being said, there is not much negative to say about this camera, and I do not want to talk this down or want to talk it to trash. It's not. I know a lot of people, they talk everything to trash. Everything, they find the littlest details, and this is bad, it's a bad camera because of this or that. Well, yes, the grip is shit, of course it is. As well as the flappy, I don't know how these are even called, where you put your microphone, or where it is hidden behind. I just do not, what is the word for that? The cover. Well, every time I want to open this cover or these covers, well, they annoy me because they are not, if you have large hands, they are not easy to open. In my opinion, I use the flash thing, this little black plastic thing that saves the flash from getting dusty. This thing, and I use it like a knife or like a crowbar, better to say a crowbar, to open it. This is kind of annoying, and of course there's only one customizable button in the front. Yeah, but you will accompany to that. You will get used to it, right? You will get used to that you have to demount your lens in a different direction. Yeah, but it's nothing. It's not a bad camera. I cannot talk it down, and I don't want to talk it down. I want to like my gear. I even like the Panasonic S1. I still like it, even though it let me down and I lost trust in the autofocus capabilities. You cannot say that loud. Not with your Panasonic in mind. It's like thinking of chocolate ice while saying dog duty, right? So autofocus and Panasonic is one. This does not go together. Overall, I enjoy it, and I do not pick these things apart. Yeah. I either like it, enjoy it or not, and if it annoys me and if I do not have fun with it, then I have to get rid of it. Well, of course, someone will pick them apart and they tell you everything you need to know about the technique. But whenever I watch videos about the technical aspects of these cameras when I was younger, like 10, 12, not even 10, 12, 13, 14 years ago, it's nice that people do it. And for some people it might be of value. For me it was not, because I don't care about all the technical aspects. I do not want to know how exactly anything in this camera works. I want to have it in my hand, enjoy it, have fun with it. I want to use it, right? I want to use it, and do not want to study it. Lens combinations, lens count, element count, 3D pop, micro contrast. But with cameras, I will not pick them apart. I just tell you whether or not I like it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and which lens did you like the most? Which was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. It's not a mistake if you like the design. The video capabilities are great. So, as always, one love. See you in the next video.